Let's dive into the discussions shaping the nation.
Last Cian Corla, to sit and listen to the contributions made on the government side of the House, I have to say, most of you sound like commentators. This is not an issue, nor the waiting list for assessment of needs did not go up overnight. This has been an issue now for very many years, and the demand for an assessment of need or for disability services has been rising consistently. This is absolutely nothing new. I want to begin my contribution here this evening by paying tribute to Cara Dermody and to her dad, Mark. At 14 years of age, she has made a really valuable contribution to the debate around assessment of need and to the difficulties in accessing autism and disability services. She has been a real voice for children and a voice for parents, and she is due a great deal of credit. But of course, the best way we can honour what Cara has done in terms of her own advocacy is to actually turn the tide in relation to this issue once and for all. Minister, last week the HSE provided me with the latest waiting list figures for the assessment of need: 15,296 children, a record number. These are children who have not had their legal requirement met. They should have received their assessment of need within 6 months. This impacts every aspect of their lives, particularly in relation to school. And we often hear from parents where schools are totally hamstrung in terms of providing the supports and services that children need. And in the case of these services and supports for these children, every day counts. The government are failing these children, and again, this is not a new issue. Every single action that's been taken by government, and there hasn't been that many, I'm thinking of Cara's fund in particular, which was welcomed, but that has not been enough. And no matter how many achievements are lauded by this government in terms of the number of special classes or the money put into private capacity to those waiting for an assessment of need, it has not been enough. I think sometimes waiting list numbers are just numbers, and they're almost normalised. Sometimes nobody is surprised anymore as they continue to go up and up. We have to remember all of the time that these are children, and these are children that require additional supports to meet their potential. And the reality is the government are not doing enough. Parents are at the end of their tether. We need to see the private capacity bulked up, Cara's fund adequately funded, and we also need to see that workforce plan to provide the number of therapists that are needed, because the top and bottom of this issue is that we do not have the people to do the job that they need to do.
Like, share, and subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.